Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be out there in TV land. It is I, the once normal ferret, thrown into a particle accelerator by evil scientists, then bitten by a radioactive snake. Now I, Weston Duggenstar, the tank ferret, am your friendly neighborhood force multiplier. Yes, good afternoon on this fantastic Thursday. Let me go ahead and bring up onto the panel the one, the only, the perfectly functioning perfectly functioning production model of the Jim Lee line. Yeah, James Lee. I've just been screwing it all up today. How you doing?
You had it going, and then you just brain farted right to the rest of it.
Oh, we're losing you.
You hear me?
You sound really far away.
Let me check something.
I have the wrong mic input there.
Yeah. Why did I do that? How's that? That better?
Yeah, yes, there you are. Now you're up front and groovy.
For some stupid reason, StreamYard wants to always go to the camera mic for some dumb reason.
Yeah, no, I understand. It usually does. Yeah, I have to run through a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, first things first, let's go ahead and check out our waifu of the day. Let's see if we can get a better there. Oh, no, that one's too close. This one? No, that one's too close. Well, heck. Yeah, there's our dancing waifu of the day. Death takes a vacation. Going to the beach. Why is everybody running away? Anyway, I heard a little boop in the background. Little boop, little boop, little boop. And we've got, it is the man, the myth, the legend himself, EDGEPUNK LLC,
hey,
creator and the head of EDGEPUNK Magazine. One of the people that we like to say that the show is brought to you by. Why? Because it's the future, man. I have been talking to people about this stuff. It's amazing.
Absolutely wait till amazing. You see. Have you seen? I sent you second issue, right?
You did. Over 200 pages of non-stop immersive, brain-melting, face-peeling awesomeness.
We go live with that tomorrow evening is when we're going to fully make it live. Now that I have confirmation that the second issue is being shipped.
I have a bunch of people that I was talking to about this, and they're lining up around the corner to submit stuff, some of which I think you're absolutely going to love. My uncle has been working on a dark future science fiction project, very cyberpunk-like, but not quite that dark, and good and fun.
Well, the irony is that... Hey, don't do that. I don't know which one of you did it, but don't do
that. Sorry, you were saying.
The irony is EDGEPUNK is set in an RPG world that's a post-apocalyptic RPG, where each of the territories are a different theme of post-apocalyptic. So any story thrown into the world of EDGEPUNK can fit into the world of EDGEPUNK. You can have a rogue Jedi running around with D&D characters, and it will fit.
Right, and it's really funny because we were talking. It's like, I used to do Dungeons and Dragons back in the day, and I was like, oh, step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Wow, okay. I have to. I'm right now. I'm reformatting stuff to master it.
Yeah.
This is for my submission for the next issue.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So let's merge selected layers on this, and then I've got to transform them. So I've turned the old stuff into into things. Blue line. That's what I was looking for. Gotcha. I was trying to turn the old stuff into blue line. so that way I could, get it remastered for the new stuff. And of course, we're using this as a prototype to noodle out the style for Neon Revenant. Make sure that it is action-packed as possible, gritty, dark, and because this is proto-cyberpunk, we want it to be gritty and dark. It's not your regular action comic. Real. Throw that in the old file.
Yeah.
But I'll show you. Hold on. Yes, you save, please. Last time I did not save. I had to go find the old original. Grab that. My Achilles that I did for fan art on the studio with the Dawn. Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We get up there. We tear each other to pieces while we build up our special guest.
Oh, did you see the she I did?
No. Let me. Do you have it handy? Let me embiggenate you.
No, I don't have a camera on. Just hold on. I gotta find it. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, we cannot forget the world's most powerful mayonnaise-powered superheroine, Mayobi. She's coming to a town around you. When she fights crime around town, she fights crime around the town.
There you go.
All right, hold on. Let me embiggenate you here.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That's cool.
That's great.
And I gave her the Witchblade.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a crossover. I'd pay good money to
But
to
you want to
read.
know something?
Hmm.
Because I'm fixing to shock you.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
You like being shocked.
Hmm.
Take a look at this one.
Just a little dirty.
Damn.
It actually happened.
Nice.
Oh, really?
And it's drawn by Billy Tucci himself.
Wow. That I did not know. That's what I get for not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How about Wonder Woman with the Witchblade?
That I'm not so interested in.
How about Lady Death with the Witchblade?
See, that's interesting.
Mr. Stephen Hughes.
See, I'm into the creator-owned comics.
And then how about
Right.
Catwoman by Jim Ballard?
Nah, not so.
Oh, come on, dude. You know he draws women really good.
Well, yeah, he draws women great. The artwork's great. I'm not denying that. It's the subject matter that I don't care about.
You got to find it in this book right here.
Okay. Wizard Special Publication Witchblade.
Yep. There you go. So, okay. Back to writing.
Let's see here. Yo, we have Frederick Guillemot. I'm at the coffee shop right now. Would drop in otherwise. What program am I using? I am using Clip Studio EX. I think it's the ultimate edition of the 1.0. I didn't upgrade to 2.0 because it was subscription service, and I like to own my software.
Right.
And I'm quite
Telling you.
insistent about it.
Linux
is why. Right, which is also why I will not be upgrading to Windows 11, because it's spyware, it's keylogging software, it is malware, and this wouldn't be the first time that I've skipped a Windows version. I mean, I went from 95 to XP, and then I went from XP to 7, and then to 10.
Damn.
So, I mean, Windows, they kind of lay out some stinkers. But see, I converted all the old comic into Blue Line, and I reformatted the pages, jacked up the resolution for the production side of things, turned all the aliasing and whatnot, so that way when it reduces, because we can take a look here. I actually, that Achilles is a great example. It's a great test piece. So if I bring up this Achilles, and then say I just grab all of these. I'm just going to grab everything. We're going to select it all. We're going to copy it. It's going to take a minute. It is a 12 by 18 at 600 DPI. So there we go.
Wow. Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and create a new from clipboard. That's going to take us. So we can, first off, let's go ahead and zoom in on Achilles. Let's see all that beautiful beam footage that right? So then I'm going to take this one. We're going to go ahead and we're going to flatten the image. Second to do that. Boop, done. Then we're going to go into, we're going to change our image resolution. And, let's see here. Let's do this by pixels. Let's go ahead and make this a 1080 tall, right? So that's the size of a standard HD thing. Boop, so tiny. But we look at it, and if there's any detail lost, it's so nominal that it's not apparent. But we zoom in here now to where we were, and the math that Clip Studio does on the image reduction is really clean.
Looks like
so we
it.
can zoom. All right, we'll have to zoom in a couple more layers on this one just to get to the same image size about. Yeah. So, boop. Super high resolution, super low resolution. Zoom out. And just a little bit of fuzziness, just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And so this is me dialing in some pens, trying to reach outside my comfort zone, do something a little extra. Thank you again to Vasilis Lolos for correcting me on my Greek and getting that squared away. Appreciate that. I really, really do. I deleted the original post that had the bad spelling for Achilles. Even though it was popular, but then I saw somebody clicked like on it. I was like, oh, it's still being fed into the algorithm. I'm going to just get rid of it. I Stalinized it.
Right.
Pardon me. And of course, I even signed my name down here in Greek. It's in low res, and then we see how it looks in high res.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why I do this is if I'm working in raster, which is in pixels, right? It's easy to reduce something and it's hard to blow it up.
Yeah.
So if I say Control Z on this one, bring it back to its original resolution, say I double the resolution, right? So I'm going to change image resolution. We're going to make it 1200 DPI. Say okay. Give it a minute. So it's still, even though probably because I'm largely working in anti-aliasing, but we go to like actual screen size versus this one of actual pixel for pixel, right? Pixels aren't so apparent. Pixels are painfully apparent, right?
Yeah.
So I try to work as large as possible, although Clip Studio is notoriously bad at memory management.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I run a high-end system, and I've got the memory management here set to use up to 42 gigabytes of system memory, and it crashes out on me from time to time. I have been known to overload it, and it doesn't even crash out before it hits that limit. Usually crashes around using 35 gigs of active memory, which is a little annoying.
Yeah, that's why I use Krita. Krita's a little bit better for that purpose.
Yeah, I dig on that. But other than that, I absolutely love this program. I use this, I use Inkscape, and I use GIMP.
There you go. That's what I use. I use GIMP for everything.
Yeah, I love GIMP. It's great. It's Photoshop for people who don't mind a technical interface of Photoshop.
Well, and the irony is, it actually is Photoshop too. That's the funniest part.
It is. It's old school Photoshop, and there's so many plugins you can get. So many different resources. I usually use GitHub.
GIMP itself is actually developed by the developers of Photoshop.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So Adobe is actually a Linux company.
Oh,
and
okay.
everything they develop for Linux, because of the rules of Linux, if you sell something, you have to make a free copy of it. So
Okay.
Photoshop is their sales version, GIMP is their free version.
Ooh, wild. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting once you start researching it. It's like, oh, so wait, I can get all the same features of Photoshop in a completely free software? Why am I
Heck yeah.
paying $600 a year or whatever for Photoshop?
Yes, yes. No, and I thoroughly agree with that mentality because I do not like rentalware.
Right.
Oh,
I
God, I hate
don't like
rentalware.
rentalware at all. Like that's why I went to using Blender
Yeah.
over. I used to be a hardcore 3D Studio Max guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Dude, like I was way into the 3D Studio Max, and now I'm just like, you know what? I'm not touching your program ever again because it's rentalware now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops, that's not what I want. That's not the right color at all. I think I was going with a medium gray here. Yeah, that's so. Ooh, what is that?
I was wondering the same thing.
That was evil. That was.
What the fuck? Shit.
Yeah, you're having some difficulties today, aren't you?
Oh, this is bullshit.
Now you sound like your mic is up close, but it sounds like you're broadcasting from inside a submarine. Hopefully, it's not the Titan sub.
You talking about me? Is that better?
Yeah, you're just really loud. Sound like you're very close to your mic.
No, I'm not that close to the mic. I can turn it down a little bit. Hold on.
All right, yeah. No worries. This is why I don't use the auto adjust.
Is that better?
Yes, there you go. That sounds just about perfect.
That's
great.
okay. So that's what's going on. Yeah, some reason it turned off my auto adjust.
So I have pinned the link to the chat, and I also dropped the link over there on X for anybody who would like to jump in today, because this is the digital bullpen. This is the place where we go to get stuff done. We like to work here. We like to talk shop. We like to talk about them sausages. Oh God, sausage!
Great. That's what I'm currently doing.
Absolutely loving it. And
customizing one of the Frog G dice sets I picked up for the convention.
Oh, dude, heck yeah!
Yeah, we picked up 5 or 6 of his dice sets to sell at the convention.
Oh, dude,
and promote
yes.
Frog G. And what I'm doing right now is putting in a glitter. What the hell's this stuff called? Oh crap! I can't think of the name of it. It's basically pigment, glitter pigment. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
It's ultra high fine resolution powder pigment that I'm filling into the pips of the dice.
Ooh.
And since it's a powder, it will stick naturally to the interior structure and not really fall out.
Nice. Then what do? You put a little epoxy on the outside and lock it in?
Yep.
Okay.
And that just kind of adds to that whole cyberpunk look, since Booth is a cyberpunk theme.
Yes.
We're gonna slap probably a sticker on the top that says EDGEPUNK, and then promote Frog G. If anyone asks, that's where we got it from.
Heck yeah. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I see what I'm doing here. Yeah, so Gosh, all sorts of crazy stuff in the news. Of course, I'm a little late on the dire wolf situation.
No.
A little interesting. Not really dire wolves, but hey, they're still fun.
And then the freaking idiots put George R. R. Martin holding a dire wolf. I was like, yeah, full of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
George dire wolf. Try again.
Yeah. No, dire wolves are genuinely scary. Like I was saying, when I first heard the news, I was like, this is kind of exciting because
we haven't seen one in 15,000 years.
Well, when I was a kid, one of my favorite places to go was the La Brea Tar Pits.
Yeah.
And a fantastic museum. If you're ever in the Los Angeles area, La Brea Tar Pits, totally worth the time. It doesn't take too long. It's not a big museum, but it's a good one. And they have tons
it's a
of
little
stuff.
Creepy. Because, like, as you're walking up, the tar is all around in sections of, like, when I was last there about 20 years ago, the grass fields around the tar pit were sinking into the tar, and the building is sitting in the tar pit. And it's just like, what's keeping this building from sinking into the tar?
Oh, and they have the observation. The observation areas where you can look down and see where they're currently doing active digs, and
it
is a good chunk of nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure I trust this. All we need is a California earthquake, and whoop, there goes the tar pits.
Yeah, and all around the Sea Page Museum, which is the museum complex where the La Brea Tar Pits are located, because technically it's the La Brea Tar Pits at Sea Page Museum. They have these signs that say "Don't go off the path."
Yeah, and it's not joking.
No, they're not. They're not kidding. It's a couple of times a year they got to go rescue somebody. They got to go rescue somebody who decided to
try it themselves.
To test. Yeah, to test their ability to win a Darwin Award. Yeah, like absolutely hilarious. Gosh, this is a lot of detail in there. A lot of line detail, and I don't know what direction Rex wants to go. But
is that for Rex?
Yes, this one that I'm working on right now. This is the Midnight Triptych. So this is actually 3 separate 11x17 boards, penciling at 600 DPI, and then I'm going to print this out and ink it by hand. So I'm going to ink it analog. Fraga using my term today, Fraga. We got words, buddy. This is where our beef begins. No, I'm just kidding. I've always loved to use the term when I'm doing traditional art. I always use the term analog, and he used the term today. And I reach out to my fan base. Cause I see a few of my fans out there in the crowd, right? I reach out to my fans in the audience. I'm like, back me up on this one. And dude, they hang me out to dry and make fun of me. I could not have been more proud.
Hey,
I was like,
no one's gonna stand up to King Fraga.
I was like, you sons of bitches. Absolutely fantastic. I was like, dude, that's just brutal. I'm gonna go eat worms. Right. Just dude, man.
It makes me
the reason why I'm not just like blocking out like shadows and stuff for this, and actually coming in and actually just shading it all in, is because I don't know. Once this is done, I want to be able to give Rex options. Like, you want to like blink it in and spot in the blacks and do lighter line work and have like a really killer colorist come in and just make it sing, or do you want to go with like flats and highlights and go heavy on the line work, or somewhere in between? So
I think Rex is going black and white for his books.
I think he is, but because this is a triptych, I've been talking to him on this. Like, let's use this to we were talking like, hey, we can get some nice, inexpensive frames, something that looks nice on the wall, something that maybe looks wood, right? Inexpensive, light. The big concern there was lightweight for shipping.
Yeah.
And sell a 3-piece poster, sell a triptych, or do canvas prints, or whatever. Something inexpensive but looking really nice. Oh, that's why I'm kind of
throw my hat into the ring for him as well.
Yes, definitely. He's building
good people, and he's been there for me in a lot of things. He's also been on a lot of my shows.
Yeah, Rex is a good guy, man. Rex was
he's good people.
They're rooting for me. So I'm not even going to say how much he paid for this, but the pencils alone on this would be a few $100.
Oh, easily.
And he did not pay anything close to that.
Wow.
And rightfully so. So I am me. Or maybe he wants to hand it off to another inker.
I don't know.
Don't know. I'm not opposed to any of that. There are tons of inkers out there that I think whip this up in a bunch of different ways.
Right.
One of which being Omer Glitch.
Yeah.
I'm going to be, as soon as I can afford it, I'm going to be sending him. I'm going to be sending him some stuff to. What do you call it? I'm going to be sending him a bunch of stuff to ink because I want to see if I can find something. And last night I crashed out, man. I just was exhausted. Yeah. Apparently my body needed the rest. Apparently I've been revving the engine too hard. So I missed the Hump Day show last night, but last I saw, Omer was working on turnarounds for his flagship character Glitch.
Nice.
Which makes me happy. And I just got some reference art from Literature Devil, so I can do a little bit of fan art. I've been harassing him about getting reference art. Dude, hook me up, man. Give me some reference pictures. And I think he sent me some, but he sent it to my old account, my old X account. And I was like, no, that I can't. I don't have access to that account. I don't have access to the email it's associated with, which really sucks on so many different levels.
Speaking of,
Like, that's why my business email is not with my X account.
Well, I thought that the email that I was using for my X was my business. But it turns out, nope, I was using a personal email for that, and I lost the password to that
shit.
last year.
Damn it.
Yep. Sucks.
I just breathed into this fine powder and it just went everywhere.
Oh no. Oh no.
So there's like
Where
this
is,
blue
let me turn on
sparkle
my
glitter shit
guides.
everywhere.
Oh, we want to show my guides. Did I screw that up? I did screw that up. Okay, well that's easy enough to fix. But that background's below the horizon line. Or is that just my thirds? Nope, that's just my thirds.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Where's my horizon line then? I know I put one in here, did I? Let's go take a look at our base sketch layer. Yep, there's our horizon line. Okay, everything's fine. Gosh, had to.
Just on a different layer.
Yeah. I put it on a different layer. Texture a little bit. Boot a little bit.
I think my neighbor's mowing my yard.
Oh.
I don't care.
Oh no! How dare they do nice things?
I'm not going to tell him no.
Hey, it gives him
my
something
yard,
to do,
go
right?
for it. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I have to do lawn maintenance this week as well. Gotta get it done. Our city, the city I live in, is a homeowners association.
Fucking HOAs, man.
Dude, for real, they think they're like that, and the town, the municipal bylaws were written by a total Karen.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's definitively aimed against people of lower income.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And then they have this guy who drives around all day, and his job is just to find outpoints and find people as a source of income for the town. Yeah, a bunch of us are getting together and going to be protesting this.
Right.
What are you going to be protesting?
We're going to be protesting the unreasonable fines and municipal codes that are obviously aimed at people of lower income.
Oh, you're in California, aren't you?
No, I'm in Illinois.
Oh,
I'm in Illinois.
Illinois is slowly turning into a new California.
It really is. Pritzker, I'm not going to say his name properly. He is a prick. He does quite fancy himself to be the next corrupt mafioso leader of the world, of the not so free world. Oh yeah, no, he gets involved in out of state election.
I thought you were talking about Gavin Newsom.
That too, but Newsom's pretty much ruined at this point.
Yeah, I know, but they won't. I think
they won't give up on him.
I think he'd be more of a threat than the other ones would be.
Dude, he's super scummy. See, Newsom will, he's a used car salesman who will sell you a lemon. Pritzker will sell you a used car that fell off the back of a truck.
Gotta love those Goombas.
Yeah, no, he's quite a Gambino here. All right. Ugh, so much detail in this, but all for the better.
I just love how Illinois keeps trying to influence Indiana law, and we're like, no, fuck off. We're not going to do really business with you. Boo-hoo.
It's funny because on the petitions, two petitions have already gained enough momentum that my section of Illinois might be joining Indiana. But like a buddy of mine said, he goes, really, it all depends on the Supreme Court, because right now, ever since a certain incident, secession is a touchy subject.
Right.
All right, let me save this. And what we got? Hold on, let me double check. Do. All right. Oh, hey, see, I knew that my chat was not operating properly. Let's go ahead and say here we have Lord Sandwich. Hail, Lord Sandwich, defender of flavor and all that is meaty and delicious. And we also have Aaron. How you doing, Immortal? Rising comic book. Hey, good to see you guys. Illinois is also attacking homeschooling again. Yes, and it's a slippery slope bill that's going on right now. This one says, all you have to do is register. That's all you have to do with this bill. It's like, look, I know how this goes. and you have a largely rural state and a state with just abysmal education standards, and the fact that there are maps everywhere, and I don't mean the kind that have grid squares.
Right.
Like, dude, Illinois is the number one per capita of a certain file format getting busted.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Kills me that maps are trying to identify now as a type of LGBT.
yeah, and LGB don't
fuck
want
you.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Buck Angel has spoken about that quite fervently. All right. I still, so much to do. But that's okay. I can nibble at this because I still have to get my studio set up and whatnot to do analog work again.
Yeah.
So I can go ahead and just save this for right now and then set it off to the side, come back to it with a fresh eye. That's right. I still need to add in some background details as well. You want to make it a nice, good environment. Plus, another reason why we have it like this is so that we could also have some original artwork to auction off or sell or whatnot.
Nice.
When are you doing that?
Well, this is for Rex's campaign, so I have no control over that.
Okay.
But I was just proposing ideas to him to get more money to produce more content. So let's see here. This one's good to go. Yeah, it throws it off a little bit, but that's okay. That empty space works. Why is that look like that? Oh, I know why that looks. That's okay. So it's all blue lines. So make sure that's all good. If that's all good. Of course, once I get to this point right here it says this is page 14. It's actually page 12 of the story. Once that's the last I'm going to be showing to the public. Do you want more? You're going to have to get yourself a copy of EDGEPUNK Magazine.
Yeah, right. The stuff that's in this magazine, man. Shit, good God.
And so everybody out there knows, what is the submissions deadline for issue number 3?
July 1st is the deadline. And
okay,
then
wow.
we spend the entire month of July editing it and coordinating it, and then we put it out usually by August 1st.
Okay.
We are currently talking with R. Telsorian Games about an interview because they've been trying to get on EDGEPUNK Magazine since issue 1, and we keep not lining up our schedules. So,
Immortal Rising says, and it's all over a kid that was in public school. Now we're all neglecting our kids. Yeah, no, dude, it's oh, the cat ate the bird. Quick, beat the dog.
Yeah.
That is their it's authoritarian is what it is. It's authoritarian mindset, and that's the way that the left thinks. It's a big logical fallacy. It's called the appeal to authority. And when that fails, they go ad hominem. They attack the arguer, not the argument.
Yep.
Whataboutism. Well, we're doing bad. Well, what about the other thing that's bad? Dude, you can go through a list of logical fallacies and summarize the extreme ends of any political argument. But it's like, dude, right now, you lefty guys, you got to get your heads out of your butts. For real.
especially with this map stuff, man. That's just a whole new layer of what the fuck are you thinking, dude?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and you're bad because you say leave the kids alone.
Yeah.
You know,
All the while you want to make decisions for kids. Like, where do you draw the line, kiddo? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No, it's you're 110% right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go We're gonna say
Don't mind me. I'm just stressing this dice box because it kind of broke in the top. So I'm modifying it to look very cyberpunk and distressed and.
So yeah, so Tacome, my uncle, in anticipation of writing this science fiction story, he bought a whole bunch of domains.
Okay.
All to have like advertising for a product that does not exist.
Oh shit! Nice. We have that in the magazine. We have a lot of fake products that we advertise alongside real products, and then the real products have actual functional links. The fake products, all the links are jokes. Like some of them will have a binary, and if you actually compile the binary, it says, why are you buying this crap?
I love stuff like that.
So we have all kinds of hidden shit in the magazine. Like it's just everywhere. There's hidden messages, hidden code. Like there's ARGs. It's nutty.
No, love it.
That's funny though that your uncle went and bought domains.
Dude, and yeah, you know, he dialed it up to, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta tell you about this." Right. And I told him, I was like, "Look, go get a copy. Go get a copy. I'll let you know as soon as it go to here." I gave him the website, said, "Get your copy, and you're gonna want to read this. You're gonna love it."
If you buy it right now before we go live tomorrow, I think it is. It's either tomorrow or next Friday is when we're going to drop it back to full price. Right now it's $24.99, but once we go live for the convention, it goes back up to a full $30 for the physical drive, and the digital drive is $16. But you really want the physical copy. Give me 1 minute and I'll show you what the physical looks like.
Yeah. Let me go over here. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, okay. Same. Go on in the chat. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Hold on. We're bigonate.
So this is what they look like. They come in a pre-established blister, and you can buy these in your stores. We're making arrangements with different comic stores to have these available in the comic stores. You open it up. You pull out the actual magazine, and the actual magazine is a USB drive. You take the USB drive and you plug it into your laptop or desktop computer, and you have a full virtual reality magazine that runs on or offline. All the links are active when it's online, and then all the links are inactive with functional video and audio when you are offline. So you still get the same experience as being online without the functionality of being online.
See, that is cool. That is way, way cool. There's the good stuff. We like the good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. All right, so.
And we have custom commercials, ironically, by Mr. Good Stuff. Mr. Good Stuff. Mr. Good Stuff, Mr. Good Stuff, myself, and Death Metal Hero all do commercials for the magazine.
Nice.
And the commercials are fucking wrong. There's nothing right about any of our commercials. And all of it's canon, which is funnier. Like, we started making commercials based on actual storyline projects and products that people write about. Like if someone writes a short story and talks about, colon blow, we'll do a commercial about colon blow. Chow is the big joke right now. Chemically homogenized organic waste.
Gross.
And it's just godforsaken stuff that comes in a tube that literally the warning sign on it says, like, if you open it, you have 5 minutes to consume the contents or the contents will evaporate. It's
great.
It's fucking funny stuff. So yeah, fun stuff.
Speaking of ads and stuff, I have to work on the pacing of this because I do want to put in some ad space on this, not for anybody else, but for the products that exist inside this universe.
There you go.
It's a fun way of adding a little bit of exposition.
Yeah.
In an immersive manner. Like, one of the ads that I do want to do is for Scalpel Zero's Kukri.
Nice.
Yes. The Wieldemaster. And it is it's a vibro blade, right? So it's blade vibrates at an ultra high frequency. So it just cuts right through stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like a humming chainsaw. Although we do get to see that comes with an operator's protective glove. Because it is vibrating at such a high frequency, it does kind of cause damage. It tears up her gloves all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, so
it's
there's
really cool that you include that little detail that it actually affects her own equipment.
Yeah, and she likes these gloves that are not meant for field use. They're actually meant for working in like a lab or something of the sort. They are a hydrophobic material, so they always stay clean.
Interesting.
They're clean gloves. So no matter how dirty and bloody and messy everything is, her gloves are clean. Like she just shakes them out real quick, and all the dust and blood and mud and stuff like that just comes right off. Problem is, they're not meant for a field environment. They're meant for a laboratory environment, so they're not very durable.
Yeah. But I think that little extra layer of storytelling just adds more realism to the environment.
I try to do that, and this story gets gritty real quick. We establish that these characters are hardcore and badass in the opening, and so that way when I bring up the real challenges, you gotta put them in their place. You gotta have storytelling contrast, right? Gotta have storytelling contrast, so that way when the big challenge comes up, you get to see that the big challenge is actually a challenge. One of the mistakes I think that Daredevil did, not with the Daredevil, the Born Again, not the opening battle, because that battle should be close as close gets, right? But every little goon is an expert in hand-to-hand and operator levels of combat. And I'm like, dude, there's no contrast. So everybody's the same threat level. Boring. Other than that, decent show. Decent show.
Makes sense.
Right, so you gotta put things into perspective, and 0 and 12 are going to be hunted down by some of the best that communism has to offer.
Right,
and it's going to be gritty. It's going to be ugly, and saving the humans is going to be very, very difficult. Because that's their purpose. Them's robots. Robots are to serve humanity.
And that's key. That's essential to the story.
Right? Especially when you got killing robots.
Yeah.
course, I use the term robot loosely. These would be more. I say cyber droid because they would be cybernetic, cyber organic androids.
Gotcha.
So I use the term cyber droid because there's all sorts of tech that goes into this.
Ironically, once we get everything squared away with dystopia, you could easily use the reference material from dystopia.
Yes, and I actually really want to do that. I would love to put all of this into fun game terms and have people, because I got a whole world here. I could wipe my butt and pull it out and have a full supplement book for insert geographic area. We've got my brother and I worked on this a lot, and we also had a huge help from a buddy of mine who's an expert on sociology and history, who helped kind of put some glue to it, make it a little bit more believable, drenched in reality. I can say that this is an alternate Earth timeline where the timeline branches off from our own reality in 1848.
Interesting.
When the Russians do not sell Alaska to the United States.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But instead, they find gold and decide to keep it. Going to war with Britain for a little bit, for a little piece of the Yukon.
Gotcha.
So Alaska, as we would recognize it, actually extends into Canada in this year of 2065 that the story takes place. And it is the last refuge of the of Tsarist Russia. Because the Soviets, the Bolsheviks, they did take mainland Russia, but the royal family did manage to escape to Alaska. Fun little bits of storytelling. Fun little bits.
Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
Where did what come from?
That the royal family got away to Alaska.
Oh, I made it up.
Okay, I was going to say.
My source is, I made it the F up. Yo, we got Sim, the Ink Slayer. What is up, dude? Good to see you out there in the chat. Always good to see you, Sim. Yeah, you can tell Chris to come by. I promise I won't sing him a song. Okay, that was a lie. If I see Sugar Chris, I gotta sing that song. Just how it is. Okay, so I was gonna go into the story. I was going to go into my story, go into the project settings. I was going to turn on the record time lapse because I think I'm ready to start recording time lapse on this. So, okay, good. And as you can see here, I've got a bunch of pages laid out. Bunch of pages all kind of grouped together. And that's a little bit of a hint, a little bit of a heads up as to the extent of this book, but it's not. This one, I believe I'll be splitting up into two books, part 1 and part 2. And then the extra pages that I have floating there, that is just in case. What is who's James, are you mining?
No, I'm typing. I'm working on my novel.
Okay. Doing the thumpity thump.
Yeah, doing the keypad.
Oh, you know what? That's something I forgot to do. Something that I forgot to do. I set that down. No. There. No. Yeah. No. Yes. No. Good. Okay. I forgot our anti-dead background noise overture from Legion Zero. He's got a whole bunch of new stuff in the works right now. Holy moly, some remasters of some of the songs that we got up here. He leveled up, got better and better at his mastering, which is really, really cool. Let me check my stuff. Okay, good. All right, good. I like to see stuff.
So I'll tell you what I'm writing right now.
Uh-oh.
So this is like kind of 2/3 of the way of the book, and they entered a ancient dragon's hoard.
Okay.
But when they got in there, all they found was skeletal remains of warriors all over the place. And then as they go further in, there's no gold or anything, and they found the skeleton of the dragon.
Okay.
So here's the question. What killed the dragon, and who are all these people that are dead inside this, hoard?
Okay.
And the two that are trying to figure this out are both daughters of Tiamat.
Look at that. Homer Glitch is live right now. I hear. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, and we're all going to go over there. We're going to drop a bunch of fire emojis. That's right. That's how we do this, because it's a flame war. So some fire emojis. And I'm gonna go ahead and paste this. Nope, I said paste it. Boop. We're gonna do that real quick. I am going to present him. Let's see here. We're gonna go grab screen. Really? You're gonna do that to me? It's gonna do that to me. Okay, fine. That's alright. That's okay. That's okay. There are... Come on, mouse. And... Alright, so I'm gonna do that. What the heck is going on with my... Alright. And let's see, go to voice meter. I'm gonna pump that out through...
Currently, like roughly how many copies do you have available so that people can buy? Like,
of course.
I got like 30 left.
Come on.
30 copies left.
Oh, you have 30?
But, I can order more. And
What the heck is going on with my mouse today, man?
And the thing was, like,
okay, cool.
But I think the downloadable content will help bring up the numbers. And
What the heck are you doing?
also, like, having a catalog, like Volume 2 coming out and then Volume 3, having
drop some fire
building a
emojis.
catalog
Absolutely.
is important.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely. And what,
I'm having technical
what's up,
difficulty. I
Peter,
might have to
in the
reboot
chat?
my computer.
What's going on, buddy? What's up, Marv?
Hello.
Good to see you guys. Hell yeah. We got 33 people
Hello,
watching.
everyone.
I don't know what the split is here on YouTube, but
I'm reading the little
yeah,
comment.
it's probably
All right, we're raiding. Let's go raid. Raid. Click that link. Drop the fire emojis.
But yeah, here's Ralph's YouTube channel. Go subscribe. He's got currently 5 subs. Man, he's almost on his way to
The heck,
1K.
man?
Hell yeah, he's got 54 videos. But it's because he pimps the manger. That's why he's got all those weebs following.
There we go. There we go.
We love it. We love the manger. We support
His
Ralph.
manger.
He's an independent creator, owner, business operator. Because he's his own man now. He don't work for no one but himself.
Exactly.
Hell
Fuck that.
yeah. Brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the digital price going to be for the digital
That is
Probably
some good art.
thinking about $8 or
I'm
$10.
not gonna lie.
Okay, that's still reasonable. Even if it was 10,
Yeah.
like you save on the shipping, right? Like if you really want
What
it,
the heck?
and it's such a great value, dude. Like, yeah, I know it's black. People might say, but 250
I am
something
having
but also-
technical issues.
for $10. That's a
But
great
also, I
value.
wanted to push the quality too, like quality, quantity, like those. It's like if you're gonna go buy weed from a guy, I'll just use a weed man for example.
Right.
It's like
yeah.
you're gonna buy something from him. It's like, okay,
no, that's
well,
not what I wanted.
and let's
that's
say
the
you're
one I
selling
wanted.
weed. Maybe this is a bad
Why is it not
analogy
showing
that
it?
I'm using, but
Yeah, I mean, let's say car parts.
okay, yeah, like
right.
Wow,
let's
I
say
am having
you make the
problems
stuff,
today, folks.
Well,
and
come
you
through.
make the,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
and
to-
you've got the best. Because you take the time to.
Well,
have to stop.
Glitch's stream's choppy.
Yeah, well, that's StreamYard.
No, he's not. He doesn't use StreamYard. He's using
No, it's StreamYard on my end.
No. I was over on. I was over on. I was over on YouTube, and he was chopping.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I actually have to end this stream.
Are you stopping?
Yep, I have to end this stream. I'll be back here in a little bit, folks. But I am having some severe technical difficulties going on in the background.
Alrighty.
So I want to thank James and Tacome for coming up here. We got links for them down in the description below. Go check out thevonsteins.com. Go check out edgepunkmagazine.net. Make sure you get that stuff. Make sure you go sign up for Neon Revenant.
EDGEPUNK.net. EDGEPUNK.net.
What did I say?
EDGEPUNKMagazine.net.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got the link in the description, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, edgepunk.net and thevonsteins.com. And good. Yay, everybody's getting flames. Yeah, try turning it off and on again. On and off again. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to just I think I need to reboot my computer. It has been on for a hot minute, and some of these programs are very intrusive. They don't get out of the memory. So I will see everybody here later, and whatnot. Come on, man. I'm having severe issues.
I'm having small child issues where they're screaming in the background.
I understand that one all too well. Speaking of Deadland, I got to go check in on that and make sure that my tutor I hired for today is following my lesson properly. So I'll see y'all here in a little bit. I'm going to go grab some lunch and get back to work.
All right, catch you later.
All right, remember everybody out there in TV land, either be good or be good at it.